Hello and welcome back to Nerd Doc. In this video we're going to discuss the Raising Dion Season 2 post-credits scene. There will be spoilers for Season 2 of Raising Dion, but if you've not seen the new season and do not wish to be spoiled, you can check out our spoiler-free review linked in the description below. You'll also find all of our other Raising Dion coverage linked below, including our Season 3 predictions, if we're even getting a Season 3. This video will only be discussing the post-credits scene and a little bit of the ending in Season 2 plot. If you're looking for an explanation of the Season 2 plot or ending, you can find that video linked below as well. We aren't able to show you the post-credits scene in full because Netflix wouldn't like that. But if you have any questions about the post-credits scene and what it means beyond what we talk about here, please leave a comment below and we'll try to answer as best we can. In the post-credits scene, Pat is seen with an army of robots as he's in the middle of destroying Atlanta. We know he's already destroyed part of the city because you can see battle-damaged buildings behind him with the rest of the city in front of him, and he says, "Let's finish this!" confirming he's already started the destruction. We assume the army is all robots due to the fact that Pat's an engineer and doesn't have power to control minds like Brayden. While Pat gained DNA of all the powered people at Bayona at the end of Season 2, Brayden was never involved with Bayona, so they don't have his DNA and therefore Pat shouldn't be able to control minds. This could be a superpowered army that David Marsh potentially helped Pat create, but that also seems unlikely in this situation. Given the fact that he's in Atlanta, it's likely Pat and his robot army have already been fighting powered people. The assumption is that he just finished a battle with who he thought were the last powered protectors of Atlanta, and now he's ready to finish what he started without any further distractions. The visors on his robot army turn red, indicating that the robots are all armed and ready for combat again. It's at this point that one last hero flies in from high above, with a superhero landing right in front of Pat and his army. If it wasn't already obvious, this is an older Dion. You can see his dad's watch integrated into his arm guard and his completed superhero costume with double M's for Mind Mover. Now at first you may assume this is years into the future and Dion has grown up. We don't actually think that's the case though. Yes, this is an older Dion, but he's probably come from the future so he can stop Pat from destroying Atlanta on his way to eventually taking over the world. Pat may have changed his hairstyle and put on some wizard robes, but he doesn't actually look any older. In fact, with those blonde tips in his hair, you could even argue he looks younger than he did during the rest of Season 2. Older Dion also isn't involved in the battle leading up to this scene as he flies in from somewhere else. As one of the strongest heroes in Atlanta, Dion would be front and center as soon as Pat started his attack. So the fact that he isn't is likely because he just arrived from the future in a different part of Atlanta and immediately flew over to engage Pat. Another clue that not much time has passed is the fact that Pat looks surprised and immediately asks, "Who the hell are you?" meaning he doesn't recognize Dion. With Dion and Pat being arch enemies, if this were something like 10 years into the future, you would expect that both of them would have been battling the whole time and Pat would know what Dion looks like at age 20 or older. Raising Dion isn't shy about referencing other superheroes, and having an older version of the main hero travel back in time so he can stop the villain from conquering the world is exactly something the writers would do. They've already referenced Thanos, who isn't quite a hero, but the Avengers did something similar to defeat him in Endgame. We actually think that this is the moment where Pat and his army become unstoppable. In the original timeline, Dion fails to protect his family and the rest of Atlanta, but ends up getting away, probably alongside Esperanza, so he has someone to talk some sense into him, keeping him alive long enough so he can get stronger and learn how to time travel. Dion has been learning new powers at random throughout the whole series, so learning time travel isn't that far-fetched. After 10 years or so, he's finally strong enough that he can take down Pat and his army and travels back in time to the pivotal moment we see in this post-credits scene. As older Dion explains to Pat that he's Mind Mover, Pat shakes his head in disbelief, as if that can't possibly be Dion because Dion is still a child at that point in the timeline. Leave us a comment below if you agree or disagree with our explanation of the post-credit scene, and also don't forget to check out our Season 3 video linked below to find out how the post-credit scene could impact a potential third season, or how it could actually mean there won't be a third season. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who loves Raising Dion.